I ain't been broke in a minute. I'm tryna run these digits. Put my little bro in the penny. We hop at the car with extensions. These niggas be pistols, they switching. Playing with bro, then you go on the mission. Me and my niggas, we all on the mission. Focus on money, ain't worried about bitches.
Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy VeLL, and we are back with a very big topic. So Filipino caster Leo is actually going to be speaking on Mobazane and the situation that's going on in North America. As you all know, he's leaving. If you didn't see my last video, he's leaving. He's not going to Indo. Be sure to check out my last video. He's basically would rather do anything other than build another team and compete in North America. And this is very concerning. Now, we actually have a Filipino caster who's being honest about the truth for what this means for North America. At least this is the same thing that I feel personally. So we're going to check this out. I want you all to see this and let me know your opinions in the comment section down below. Drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and all that. Let's get into it, y'all.
Ocean, thoughts on the NA Super Team drama? All right. North America peaked in M3 under BTK, wherein they were third best. They finished in third, and
it was their first time. Their first time they finished in third. Like that's a great accomplishment, bro. That tells you just how strong they were. Like if they would have trained, spent more time training, stayed together, and then like did it all again, it would have been a different story. It would have been a completely different story.
It took two Filipino teams to knock them out, and they shocked the world, safe to say. At MSC 2023, they did not make it to playoffs under Outplay. At M5, they did not make it to playoffs under the Ohio Brothers. Obviously, the whole super team drama, the whole NA is Zayn situation comes into play. More on this via Mirko's newest episode of the Sarcast. And of course, you can just tune in, see what all the Clippers are saying, what they're grabbing from different streams. But what's important here is there is a straight line you can draw from when they dropped. And I hate to say, and I hate to agree to such a, what seems to be very simple-minded and biased opinion, but it's supported by one of NA's most well-known and beloved talents.
Bro, it's clearly Zayn, bro. He is the deciding factor. Like he is the deciding factor to the success of North America. And ironically, you got Trex who says that if one man is the deciding factor, then your country is doomed. Why the heck do you think I'm saying the country is doomed? Like, what do you mean? Like, that's exactly why I'm saying that, because it is one guy. Like, that's what it comes down to. Like, Hoon is a good player, but it's like the players in North America are good, but they're not Zayn. Like, it's a reason that when Zayn came, everything changed in North America, and North America got put on the map competitively. There was Gosu before him. There was competitors here before him, but when he came, competition in North America went to a whole different level. And it's like people love to forget history. You can't rewrite history. Like I remember how it was. I was actually competing against them, but I was playing very actively in those days. I was playing, so I know what it was like. I know what it was like to go against Zayn. I know what it was like to go against General. I know what it was like to actually, I could judge their skill level. Like I could see it firsthand. And I knew what it was like before he got here. So it was a walk in the park before he got here. So yeah, it's different, man.
I had to ask Trex, right? I had to ask, dude, Mr. Wagner, where did it go wrong? Why is TOB and NA in general this way now on the international stage? And here's what he had to say. Nobody on the team had that dog in them. Now, what does that mean? One could take it as they lacked an in-game leader. They lacked that authority, that personality that would just push the team on forward.
And might I add, Zayn has a personality similar to Michael Jordan, LeBron James, all the greats. They get hate while they're here, but then they get known as legends. Like these guys are assholes. Like this is literally, that's how these guys are. And people seem to forget that. Like, people in the moment when you're witnessing greatness, people don't realize what that looks like all the time. Because you see people like Kyrie, who's super humble and still good. Look at the greats from North America. Most greats, most people who are really, really great in this country, from this country, are usually seen as toxic while they're coming up. The greatest players in this country of most things are toxic. So you see something, you want to judge a man off of the fact that he's from a different culture than maybe the Philippines. You can't judge him next to Kyrie. You can't judge him next to any other Asian player. You have to judge him based on the merits of where he is from. And most people can't get out of their own feelings and accept the fact that, yo, Zayn is an American. This is how Americans act. It's nothing personal. This is how Americans act, and he is one of the best. People can't do that, though. And then if you do that, and if you say that, oh, you love Zayn, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm just a realist. I'm not sitting here expecting Zayn to sit out here and act Asian. What type of dumbass expectation would that be?
Under one linear and straightforward and strong direction. Another would be, again, I'm not one to question commitment. I'm not one to question desire or willingness or grit. I know when I see it, but maybe this team just hasn't matured across the board the way that they were hoping to, especially when it comes to in-game execution. So take that as you will. You can check out my interview with Pika, their manager/coach for their M5 run. He mentioned a little bit there of how across the board they're just also fatigued. So maybe that in-game leader or that personality that they can anchor onto might have been more important. And yeah, safe to say you can't blame fatigue if it's a tournament and a performance that's 6 months removed from each other, right? You're looking at MSC and you're looking at M5. It's a majority of the same dudes. But I kind of agree. Now, onto that singular, maybe biased perspective and opinion, they need someone like Zayn. That's what I'm saying. Just read between the lines. They need someone like Mobazane. They need someone like Michael Kosgan. I don't know. That might have been what made BTK, what made the Valley.
When Zayn is there, things are a lot more great. People forget, like people hate Zayn so much they forget, or actually they probably just don't even know that these players that was playing with Zayn, who got these reputations alongside Zayn, they were here before him. They were still here playing Mobile Legends. They just made a name and reputation because Zayn led them to victory. Like, I'm not trying to take away from any of these guys, bro. I'm not trying to take away from anyone at all. These guys are all strong players who did their thing. But Zayn is a different animal, bro. He came in, whipped these guys into shape, was running around with an army of dudes following him, and he was slapping everybody he came across. That's what it came down to. And then it just so happened that he somehow came into this community as a killer himself, and he aligned himself with other killers and they just ran around killing together. It's like, that's why they were unstoppable. But now everybody's too sensitive. Oh, Zayn's too mean. Oh, he hurt my feelings. He got an ego, bro. Come on now. Like, people probably just hating on Zayn's success. Like, I don't talk to these guys. I don't know, like, if they're really that sensitive where he hurt their feelings by saying something or something like that. And if he did cross some lines, cool. He needs to apologize and he needs to man up. But at the end of the day, it's like a lot of this stuff that's going on is very, very petty, man. And the fact of the matter is, this country owes him a lot, yet they're not acting like it. Like, I don't care who in this country was part of Gosu, who had fans and stuff before Zayn and all that. None of them were able to accomplish what Zayn did. That's the fact. You can love General all day long. Like, he's a great player. He actually improved by going to the Philippines, but he never accomplished what Zayn did. That's just the facts. It's crazy. And then you got T.O.B. out here struggling, trying to be great, trying to do something. Zayn did it the first time he came. And you want to sit here and say North America's not down? Like, how long does T.O.B. got to train to be a competitor when Zayn came in and they did it naturally, organically, because that's just what it was? Come on. People don't want to hear that real talk, though. No one wants to hear that.
Such a threat such a force to be reckoned with is the fact that, you can't question their mental. There's someone who's always going to push them forward by hook or by crook.
He literally was saying, like, Zayn was talking crazy about every other country too. He was but that's the mindset you have to have. Like, people was taking it personal and stuff like that, but he's literally out here saying my team's better than them and all this. Like, he was not holding back, and that's genuinely his mindset. If you don't believe you're the best, how are you going to actually be the best? And it's like people want Zayn's ego to come down when his ego is what makes him so good. You think Michael Jordan didn't think he was the best? You think Kobe Bryant didn't think he was the best? You think these guys out here don't believe that they're the best? No, they do, and they're very vocal about it. But now, but this is an Asian community, bro. It's an Asian community, and the culture is different, but you have to understand where Zayn comes from. I've said this before. You have to understand where he's from. It's not that, oh, we're going to be all nice and sweet and mature, and bro, it's different. So if you're going to judge somebody based on how they are in the moments when things get heated, and they're an American, an actual American, I'm not talking about this freaking hoon and general, like where they're still Asian. It's like, I'm talking about an actual American. It's different, bro. And no disrespect to nobody. Like, I don't know if that can be taken disrespectful, but it is what it is. Like, you have to understand people are different, and everyone in this community seems to want people to be the same. What type of boring community would that be if that was the case?
Via comms or via their, post-game discussions, just the way that they run a tight ship. And does this not sound familiar? Does this not sound like an ingredient from one of the greatest teams and most dominant forces in MLBB y'all have seen in the past? Talking about Oh My Venus. Oh My Venus is that force for Blacks International, even for Onic PH when she was playing for them, right? Is that not the case here? And one might argue that the Philippines was in the same place as NA now as we were maybe 4 or 5 years ago when Oh My Venus debuted. So even then she was already pushing the boundaries. She was moving the needle. And Zayn knows that. Zayn instinctually knows that a team needs that. Whether or not he bumps heads with other people or whether or not part of that team that he was once part of just wants to play with others, doesn't matter. I think that's what was missing from the BTK and the Valley from the past.
I think what people hate is that when Zayn competes and they do good, Zayn's going to be more famous. Zayn's going to get more recognition. I don't think these guys, like I said, it's ego. I don't think these guys want to live in they live in the shadow of Zayn's success, and he overshadows a lot of people. And in America, you can't take that. Like it's like if Onic was jealous of Kyrie because his name just overpowers theirs. It's weird. It's weird. Like, people can't be led. Why do you think Gosu Hoon and Basic didn't stay under Gosu General for so long? Like, yeah, they're still cool with Gosu and stuff like that. They're still connected, but these guys want to be main characters so bad. And it's not even that they're not. It's just that insecurity within yourself to sit here and feel like you're not a main character just because someone else is getting the praise. An actual main character will let somebody else get their praise and work their ass off. Then they just come out of nowhere, pull off something crazy, and they make their name. People start to realize, yo, he may actually be better than Zayn. He may actually be better than this person. Or he may, like, your skill does the talking for you when you're really that guy. Zayn didn't have to say he was that guy. He proved it. But these guys, they're sitting here coating together, teaming up, clicking together, trying to make a team and make sure that they exclude Zayn. They're doing all this stuff because you are not those guys. That's what it comes down to. You're not those guys. If you got to talk too much and do too much and all of this stuff, you're not those guys. Your gameplay should speak for itself. What you accomplish should speak for itself. You don't got those accomplishments. It's a reason why. Work on being the type of people capable of having those accomplishments. North America is sad, bro.
Just to build onto what Mirko said in the Sarcast, which I commented on, you'll see that. I hope that sparked a discussion, is how friendship doesn't really mean anything in the realm of professional anything. That's where the longevity lasts. That's where you truly unlock something that consistently performs and outputs anything, right? BTK, yeah, they were able to cobble together a good performance for the better part of a month and a half, and they shock the world.
Yeah, that's crazy. So that's my thoughts, man. This is my opinion on the whole situation. I feel like North America needs to get it together, bro. Like I'm really disappointed in the behavior of this country. And I hate that you got some parts of the community sitting here condoning the foolishness. Like, oh, Zayn is bad, Zayn this, Zayn that. Shut up. Shut up. I'm gonna get on my Trex talk right now. I feel like that's fear. I feel like that's fear. People who sit here making excuses, oh, Zayn this, Zayn that. I feel like people are scared that Zayn is really going to get on a team and they're going to figure it out and he's going to dominate and run through all these other teams for real. And I feel like that's what people are scared is going to happen. So you would rather see Zayn excluded so you can get these bums together and maybe y'all can keep winning and destroying these guys. But you know if Zayn is actually there, it's a chance that these guys are going to be a huge and major threat. I feel like it's fear. Like that's what I feel like is fear. Like people being so against Zayn, like get over it, bro. Are you trying to date Zayn or something? Like why do you care about this man's personality? Like personally, I feel like you should hop off his nuts, but that's just me. But let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you all on the next one, man. Peace out, y'all.